My name is Robert. Most people call me Bob. I'm 80 years old now, and 6 months ago, something happened that
A best friend passed away. His name was Tom. We were friends for 57 years. When he died, it felt like part of me went with him. Before I talk about losing him, I need to tell you how it all began. It was 1967. I was 23 and working at a printing shop in Chicago. Tom started the same week I did. We were both young, unsure of ourselves, and nervous about operating those huge machines without getting hurt. The supervisor put us on the same shift. For 8 hours, we worked side by side and barely spoke. At the end of that first day, Tom asked if I wanted to grab a beer. I said yes. That one beer turned into a friendship that lasted nearly 6 decades. There was nothing dramatic about our story. We were just two ordinary men who met at work and stayed connected through everything life threw at us: marriages, divorces, children, losses, and change. Tom married Linda in 1969. I stood beside him as his best man. I married Carol in 1971, and Tom stood beside me. Our wives became close friends, too. Every Friday night, the four of us would have dinner, play cards, and talk. Nothing special on the surface, but those evenings meant everything. Looking back, I realize how rare that kind of friendship was. Not because our lives were exciting, but because it was steady. Honest, comfortable. We never had to impress each other. We could just be ourselves. Tom and I worked together for 12 years until the print shop shut down in 1979. I found another job. He went to work for the city. We no longer saw each other every day, but we never stopped showing up for each other. When my father died in 1985, Tom didn't give a long speech at the funeral. He simply stood next to me and put his hand on my shoulder. Well, that was enough. When you're grieving, words don't matter. Presence does. In 1992, Tom's son went through a rough time and ended up in jail for a year. Tom blamed himself. I reminded him of something he had once told me: sometimes bad things happen, and it's not your fault. His son eventually turned his life around. Tom was incredibly proud of him. When you're young, you think friends are just people you have fun with, but real friendship reveals itself with time. It's about being there when things fall apart. It's about silence, understanding, and loyalty. After 57 years, Tom and I had that kind of bond. We weren't just friends, we were chosen family. In 2008, my wife Carol died from breast cancer. I was 64 and suddenly alone. My children had their own lives. Tom was the one who showed up every day for the first month. He brought food. He sat with me. He let me cry. He never tried to fix my pain or rush me through it. I went through a dark period after Carol died. I didn't want to leave the house. Tom never stopped knocking on my door. He'd say, "Come on, Bob, let's go eat." And I'd go because he refused to give up on me. In 2013, Linda passed away suddenly from a heart attack. Tom called me at 3 in the morning. I drove straight to his house. He was sitting at the kitchen table, staring into nothing. I sat beside him. We didn't talk. We didn't need to. We understood each other without words. After that, we spent even more time together. Every Tuesday and Thursday morning, we met at the same diner we'd been going to for 20 years. Same booth, same order, same small talk, weather, news, baseball. It wasn't exciting, but it gave us purpose, something to look forward to. As we aged, we talked more about the past. The mistakes, the memories, the people we'd lost. It wasn't depressing. It felt like we were carefully reviewing our lives, making sure nothing was forgotten. Then Tom started to change. At first it was small things. Then the forgetting became obvious. He'd repeat the same stories over and over. His daughter took him to the doctor: early-stage dementia. Tom was afraid not of dying, but of losing himself. I told him what he once told me. We face what life gives us. The last 6 months were difficult. Some days he recognized me. Some days he didn't. I still showed up every Tuesday and Thursday. It didn't matter if he remembered my name. I remembered his. 6 months ago, Tom had a stroke. He spent 2 days in the hospital. I was there when he passed. I held his hand and told him it was okay to let go. Now I'm 80 years old. I've lost many people: my parents, my wife, friends, but losing Tom was different. It was different. He was the last person who remembered who I used to be, the last person who shared my entire history. When Tom died, a whole chapter of my life disappeared with him. After his funeral, I realized how much I had taken our friendship for granted. I always assumed there would be another breakfast, another phone call, another Friday dinner. I was wrong. This is what I want you to understand. Friendships matter, real ones. The kind built over time. They don't survive without effort. You have to show up even when it's inconvenient. People today are busy chasing careers, responsibilities, and distractions. They think there's always time later. There isn't. Time runs out. People leave. And one day you'll wish you had chosen differently. Tom and I had 57 years together, and it still wasn't enough. Now, every Tuesday and Thursday morning, I wake up and forget for a moment. I think I'm heading to the diner. Then I remember he's gone and the house feels very quiet. My children tell me to make new friends, join a club. But at 80, I don't want new friends. I want my friend. I want my friend. You don't replace a bond like that. You live with the space it leaves behind, so please don't take your friends for granted. Call them. Visit them. Make time. Don't wait for the perfect moment. The moment is now. If you have someone who stood by you through the years, tell them you appreciate them today. I miss Tom every single day, but I'm grateful for every meal, every conversation, every ordinary moment we shared, and I'm grateful I was there at the end. That's what real friendship is, being there, always. If this story meant something to you, reach out to someone you care about. And if you'd like, share your own stories. I read every comment. Thank you for listening.